Some numbers are lucky, others are cursed. But one number was so terrifying it had to be erased from existence. This is strange but true, and today we're calling the phone number that predicts death. 359-888-8888. That was the number. It's just 9 8s. Impossible to forget, but deadly to answer. Every single person who owned it died. Not just suddenly, not just mysteriously. They died in violent, high-profile ways, and all within just a few years. It happened in Bulgaria, where mobile networks are tightly controlled. This number came from one of the country's biggest providers, Mobitel. First, it looked like just a status symbol, a smooth, repeating pattern of 8s, easy to remember, catchy, perfect for someone in power. But soon, this number would gain a reputation no one wanted. The first person to own it was Vladimir Grashnov, the CEO of Mobitel itself, a well-connected businessman, young, wealthy, respected, until he was suddenly diagnosed with a particularly aggressive form of cancer. He was just 48 years old, and the cancer took him quickly. People were shocked, but no one connected it to the number. Not yet. After Grashnov's death, the number was reassigned. The next person to receive it was Konstantin Dimitrov. He was no ordinary businessman. Dimitrov was one of the most well-known figures in Bulgaria's criminal underworld. He ran operations across Europe and was said to be worth hundreds of millions. In 2003, he flew to Amsterdam, supposedly on business. He left his hotel, stepped into the crisp evening air, and walked to a luxury restaurant. Just as he arrived, he was shot in the head. Public assassination. No warning. And in his pocket, the phone. The number 359-888-8888. But it didn't stop there. The number was passed again, this time to Konstantin Dishlev. Another powerful figure, this time posing as a legitimate entrepreneur. But beneath the surface, Dishlev was deeply involved in international drug trafficking. He ran a front company dealing in imports and exports. In 2005, just outside a restaurant in Sofia, Bulgaria's capital, he was gunned down, in broad daylight, multiple shots. Again, phone number was on him. That's 3 deaths, 3 powerful men, 3 horrifying ends, all within 5 years, and all holding the same mobile number. At this point, it was no longer a coincidence. It felt like a pattern, a curse, a warning. Mobitel, the mobile company that owned the number, quietly removed it. They never made an announcement. They never issued a press release. The number was taken out of circulation. When journalists asked about it, Mobitel offered only this: "We do not discuss individual numbers. Do not issue that number anymore." That was it. No explanation, no denial, just silence. Try calling the number today and you'll hear a dead tone. Or a robotic message that says the number is unreachable. It's not in use, not available, not reassigned. It's as if it never existed, but the stories surrounding it, they're still very real, and the fear that lingers. So what really happened? There are 3 leading theories. The first is simple: coincidence. 3 powerful men, 3 dangerous careers. Statistically, it's not impossible that they all met violent ends. And if you were running a major telecom company, would you want this story attached to one of your numbers? But that doesn't explain why the number was removed, why it's still unreachable after all these years, and why no one, not even wealthy clients, wants to claim it. The second theory is darker. It suggests that the number was somehow being used to track or mark high-risk targets, that whoever controlled its assignment knew what they were doing, that the number itself became a kind of invisible tag, a mark on the back of those who were already doomed. The third theory is the strangest. It has to do with numerology. In many traditions, the number 8 is associated with power, money, and infinity. But when repeated, as in 888,888,888, it begins to represent a closed loop, a trap of karma, self-consuming energy. Some say that such repetition creates a vortex, kind of energetic distortion that draws misfortune to its center. And this vortex may have been carried inside the phone itself, or inside the lives of the men who dared to answer it. There's also a psychological angle. Once a number becomes associated with death, fear begins to shape reality. People notice patterns more. Coincidences become omens. Fear, real, intense fear, can affect judgment, behavior, even health. But whatever the cause, that number is gone, and nobody wants it back. You can find forums discussing it, Reddit threads, conspiracy boards, even phone number blacklists. People still ask, is it active? Is it safe? And the answer is always the same. It's out there, but you'll never reach it. And maybe that's for the best. So the question remains, was it the number that cursed the men? Or were the men already cursed, and the number simply followed? Some numbers open doors. Others should never be dialed. This was strange but true. If you're enjoying these eerie real-life mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We post a new story every single day, and trust me, you don't want to miss tomorrow's. Like this video if it gave you chills. And comment below where in the world you're rewatching from. I'd love to know how far these stories are traveling. And next, we're diving into the story of a boy who built a working nuclear reactor in his garage. At the age of 14, until then, don't answer unknown numbers. Out. You never know who or what might be calling.